to fuel up on complex carbs before a big event, I fuel up for my horse show on my grandma's chicken mandarin pasta salad, which is better known in my family as horse show salad. This pasta salad, which my grandma originally found in one of her many church cookbooks, has basically become a tradition in my family. The pasta salad was first made by my mom to accompany sandwiches and chips at one of my first horse shows. It was such a big hit with my family, riding instructor, and riding classmates that my mom has since then made this pasta salad specifically for every horse show that my sisters and I go to. Along with explaining the necessary ingredients and demonstrating the process of making the salad, I would also like to provide helpful facts and tips that will allow you to make this delicious meal right from your home. You're all going to love this salad as it provides immediate long-term energy, it provides a handful of nutrients, and it is fairly simple to make. So here's a copy of the salad. If everyone would just take one and pass it along. So before you go ahead and actually start cooking the salad, let me tell you what ingredients you'll need to have handy. First, you'll need to have 2 cups of diced cooked chicken, which equals about 2 chicken breasts. And I just used this chicken. There's actually 3 chicken breasts in here, but I only need to use 2 for the salad, and this is just part of one that I'm just showing for the demonstration. Next, you're going to need 2 cups of seashell pasta, and I would definitely recommend using the medium-sized shells. You're also going to need 1 tablespoon of minced onions, 1 cup of half grapes, a cup of half mandarin oranges, a half cup of slivered almonds, and a few handfuls of these white shoestring potatoes, and of course mayonnaise and salt and pepper to taste. After you have the ingredients, we can go ahead and get started on the salad. And there are 2 steps that have to be done before you can start adding the whole salad together, and that would be cooking the chicken and cooking the pasta. And that's because those 2 things have to cool before the other things can be added in. So to make the chicken, you can either bake or fry the chicken until it's thoroughly cooked. For time reasons, I already baked my chicken in the oven with a little salt and pepper for about ½ an hour. You can also boil the chicken, but that does take away a lot of the flavor. So I would just recommend either frying it or baking it. And after it's cooled, I just went ahead and I diced the chicken, and that just basically means to cut it into small cubes. So these are about small cubes, and then I just put the 2 cups into the salad. Okay, and then after the chicken, you can go ahead and start with the pasta. And the pasta's already made and it's already put in. This is actually what it looks like after it's cooked. But I definitely want to mention the importance of cooking it till al dente, and that just basically means that when you bite it, when you have it, there's actually still a bite left to it. It's not too mushy, but it's also not too hard when you try it that it sticks to your teeth. Okay, so the pasta takes about 10 to 12 minutes to cook until it reaches the al dente, and then you can go ahead and drain out the water and just put it back into the original pan until it cools. So just like how the chicken cooled, the pasta has to cool too, and the reason is because when you add the Miracle Whip, and if it's still hot, it'll coagulate, and coagulating just means that the liquid clots or curdles and it changes the consistency, so it's not very appetizing if it's still warm. So while the pasta is cooling or while the chicken is cooling, you can go ahead and get the rest of your ingredients ready. So to start with the onion, the nice thing about onions is that they're cheap and they're highly nutritious. They actually contain vitamin B6, vitamin C, bioflavonoid, antioxidants, and fiber. And I found this information on the website www.worldcommunitycookbook.org. So here was the whole onion, and I basically just cut it into a piece about this size, and that is actually a little bit bigger, but I minced some of the onions, and mincing just means to chop into very small pieces until it got to be about a tablespoon, and I just add that to my salad. So now we can go ahead and start with the grapes, and these are the grapes that I used. They're kind of big, and the salad actually called for to have them, but I actually cut them into 4ths, which is about this size, just because they were so big. So there was 1 cup of that I used. Grapes are also a good source of vitamin C and vitamin K, which again I found on the same website. And for the mandarin oranges, this actually equals 1 cup, so all I did was I drained these, I cut these in half, measured them to make sure that they were about a cup, and then just add them into my salad. You're also going to want to use a ½ cup of slivered almonds, and they were in this bag, but I already used them. But in place of the almonds, you could also use chopped pecans or shelled walnuts, but I prefer the taste and the texture of the almonds. And also the almonds have a ton of potassium, protein, and they also contain a good source of good fats like polyunsaturated and monounsaturated fats. And lastly, you would add your mayonnaise to taste and salt and pepper to taste. Okay, since I don't really like mayonnaise, I am using the Miracle Whip, but if you don't mind the taste of mayonnaise, I would definitely recommend using mayonnaise because mayonnaise contains more polyunsaturated and monounsaturated fats. It also has less sugar and less sodium. So I just used about 2 big scoops of Miracle Whip. Okay, and then I did a little bit of salt and pepper, stirred it, and there you have it. A delicious horseshoe salad ready to eat. So, and also at the very end, after I put everyone's serving in a bowl, just sprinkle on some shoestring potatoes. So to review, we went over the necessary ingredients to make the salad, we went through the process of making the salad, and I gave a few helpful tips and facts that would allow you to make the salad right from home. Serve it with a sandwich and a pickle, serve it with a tasty grilled brat and a handful of chips, or even just serve it by itself. It's an easy and highly nutritious meal that everyone will love.